Okay, it's up to Melody and now.
So we were asked to just quickly go through Open Home Pro. Open Home Pro has two versions, which I'll talk about the difference between the versions after I go through it. So it is an app, and you can get a free version, and then you can have a premium version. And Dale and I use this for every open house. So we have sometimes 3 iPads going, and we have no manual sign-in. So we have no handwritten. If somebody can't type or work on the iPad, we enter it. And so you can have all your listings on here. And then when we begin an open house.
So question, can you go back
Yeah.
a page? But by the way, I really pushed for this to happen. I'm really happy about this. So what's the point of putting the actual description of the home if?
I'll tell you why.
Okay, cool.
So when you're using, Dale's gonna send around his iPad so people can do the fill-in and try and sign in, but when
So
you.
what we want you to do is, we're gonna touch the sign in, we want you to sign in. So go ahead and pass this all around.
Now, you can have as many, I'll show you how, but you can customize it to what questions you want or don't want. We
Whoa, look
find-
at that!
We find that
Look at the
these,
pictures.
so the pictures
Great.
stay, you load your pictures up, and then your iPad can be sitting on the counter and just, it'll go through these pictures until somebody comes in, and then all you do is you touch the sign in. And you can put your name, and then your email. You have
Thank
to
God I
put-
brought my toggle.
You have to put your ad, yes.
That's awesome.
Well, I didn't even think of that, because we're always so set up here for this.
Well,
And then
we
there's
really
so,
want to
you can,
email it.
these questions have worked for us, and sometimes if people get frustrated, they'll just say, and I'll just say continue, or I'll take it back and ask them.
Can you print like all your, like print
Yes,
screen what they are?
I can, and now a lot of them are
So
custom.
just so you know, as you're signing in with this, we do ask some questions. If you don't answer them, we want your name and your email address, and then you can hit continue.
Yeah.
And
So then you can
you're gonna sell it to somebody?
No.
No, and so that's, do you have a home to sell? They can answer yes or no.
Can you take questions off?
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna show you
That's
that
what I
there's
did
a
with
whole bunch.
mine before.
Yeah, these are our
Yeah.
questions, and they work for us. That's what I started to
Yeah.
say, is because we get this information, and people, I'd say about 70% answer all the questions, and then we have a few that just will put their name and email or
Yeah,
name and
yeah.
phone number.
Well, fake
Um,
it.
And then most of the time, if they give it back to you and they haven't answered this, I always say yes, because then it gives us a reason for another reason to send to them. And then you just finish, and you can, like I said, so we've done this, we've had home buyer seminars at a bank, we've customized the questions for it and had everybody sign in. Then when you go, it keeps track of your numbers, and you can say, when somebody's just there and then you've had a conversation with them, I could add visitor notes to that. So I pick the person, and I can type in what they said, what they're looking for, and it'll save it all there. Then you end your open house and all your data is there. Now, you can see your leads on the app, but I'm just gonna switch to the online version, because this is where it's easier to upload your pictures and everything. So when you have the online version, or when you go to the online, you sign in, on your settings you can, I'll go.
This is the free version?
I can tell you the difference between the free.
Okay.
Because we pay for it, so I'll tell you what the difference are. But under your account settings, you can
Here.
you can put in your things. You can put in your email settings. So when somebody signs in, and I'll show you in my email, I've already gotten a copy. Like I think it's 20 minutes timed or something. I will get an email saying thank you for stopping by the open house. I don't send that. That is automatic.
Automatic.
Now, if you have the free version, I think your name in that is in there, and the open house they attended, but it says Open Home Pro branding, where our branding is on the.
How much does it cost?
I'll show you the plans. So, you can edit all the contacts, so for follow-up, you can change how you want this letter to read, the email. So there's a lot of customization. Price, oh, when there's a
So can you
price,
take print screens of all this and show us what?
this is on the website, if
Can
you,
you hold all the questions, please, till the end?
but I could,
So
if you're
excited.
missing something at the end, I can send it
I
to
used
you.
this years ago.
If you have
Is
a
that
price
Michelle?
drop, everyone that came to your open house, you just go in and enter the price change,
Love
and
it.
it goes out to
Yeah, that's
everybody.
awesome.
If it's sold, once again, it'll go out and say, this is sold, can we help you with another?
Beautiful.
So when it's sold, then you can go in and edit and say thank you.
Come on, how many of
We would
us
be
are
happy-
like losing business by not doing this?
We would be happy to
We all
help
are.
have you with another property. So and then the way it looks for leads.
So a quick note, the average agent, 1.6 times for follow-up. That's it.
I'm surprised it's that high.
Okay, so it's listing you guys as you're all putting this, so these are our leads that have come in. So if I
Who's
go,
MMM?
that was, I just typed that when I was trying to quickly go through it. And it says, how was the lead? It's an open house. Do I have a home to sell? No. Planning to buy 6 months. How did you find us? Sign outside. And now I'm gonna take you to the emails to show you the email that was sent.
I think we should show this to sellers at a listing presentation. To a degree.
Only we used to ask the question, are you working with another realtor? Because if that was,
So this
Right
is
up
how
front.
our email comes. It says, thank you for visiting. We would love to answer any questions you or your agent may have about the property. So we do ask if they have an agent.
Yeah.
Please feel free to respond to this email for more information. You can also use the link below, and we have a link for the,
And that's why you have all the information in there, right?
then that way they're getting a feature sheet,
Ah.
and,
Go back up.
and this is how it
So-
looks.
So you end up clicking on view property details
Yes.
and everything comes up.
Yeah, click on that.
Yep.
Ah.
And is that where,
So this is our link
Virtual
to,
properties.
this is the link we've put into our virtual tour.
Love it.
Melanie, is that the page where you said if you didn't, if it was a free version, it would say, your
So-
branding wouldn't be on, is that correct?
The branding wouldn't be
Okay.
right. So I can't show you what it looks like, but I can show you the differences here. Here we go. So $0 is free, which is how we started, and then it's $20 a month to go to the version we have. So for the free version, you get the digital sign-in with you get to customize the questions. I'll show you how you do that later. Visitor notes, lead exporting, and shareable single property websites. So you can link you can put your virtual tour link on there, and it'll take it out to that, or it can be a feature sheet or your website, whatever you want. You can have that link. For the $20, and there's a lot more options that they're really not showing here. But for $20 a month, you get all of that, plus you get the automatic follow-up emails, you get the email open tracking, which we never go on to check, but we should.
Yeah, no, we don't. So.
Advanced lead management,
So
and
why don't we contact them, like Mr. Our lovely Zan,
yes.
and get a deal?
So if you look here,
Zan, you're like the expert at doing that, you realize, right?
so automatic lead, follow-up emails, personalized email branding, email content editing, seller summary report. Oh yes, so there's a summary report you can send to the seller after the open house. Manage contacts, visitor notes, so it's all the same. Like, there's not a lot of difference. We did it just for the branding.
I love the visitor notes, you just like audio
Yeah,
notes.
So automatic emails is huge.
Yes,
Yeah.
that too, yes.
But you know what was it last year, Mel? We did a presentation on open houses, how we do our open houses, right?
To the brokerage?
Not everybody does
So,
open
To
houses.
here,
Yeah.
Oh.
Not everyone does open houses. They don't like doing them. It is a really good way of generating leads, right?
Absolutely.
And especially in this type of market where there are buyers out there but no inventory. So they're gonna come out and look at, and not every buyer has an agent. So being able to promote our open houses the way we do, and then be able to have a really good tracking system. Open Home Pro has only gotten better. We've been there since day one with them, and it's only really gotten that much better.
and we do, so Dale and I do the first open house, and if we can, we do it together. And now, in the past, they were really busy. I think they're gonna start to pick up again this year, but over the last year, it was a lot less number of people.
What's really busy? Just for our,
Oh, so 40, like we would have 40 to 60.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
What's
Yeah.
so
Even in-
Eight-
never,
was
never. If we
that
get
was
3,
back
it's
in
Back in the day in Roncesvalles, like we're talking.
Eight's busy.
It's
like
busy.
2009,
human.
2010, I'd have 60.
Yeah.
Like, just jammed.
Yeah.
We had, some
I think
listings
my
were over
record's
100
Yeah, we had
people.
120 is the
There
most.
you
But
we've
how do you
had.
get them to fill out
Yeah.
the iPads?
So we
Oh,
have
four.
so
Just
we
a
have
host.
3 or 4 iPads, and we just go, and we've never had anyone, like, theft has never
And then,
been even
can
an
you
issue.
imagine getting paper of 120 people and
Yeah.
trying to do what this just
Yeah.
did in a matter of minutes?
when
and
you only have 8, it's easy.
Yeah. Well, you can, and the thing
Please
is,
sign the paper.
I'm gonna tell you that we've had lots of people, but we've probably had, I don't know, I'm gonna say a dozen people respond to this email saying this is the most professional thing.
Yeah.
We had one person say, if we ever decide to sell, we're contacting you, because we've
Exactly.
never seen anything like it.
The issue I have is like 90% of the buyers that come through the open houses, like we'll have like 25 to 30 people come through, but 90% are working with agents already.
Yeah.
So when they're filling out
So
the
they say,
form,
so they say.
so
So
they
they
say, do you just let them just go through the flow,
I let them
let
go
them
through.
decide if
That's
they
the
want to
question we asked.
continue?
They can
Or not.
unsubscribe from me at any time.
Right.
That's in
Yeah,
every
that's a
email that goes
question
out
we
and
asked.
unsubscribe.
Yeah,
And,
there's a-
and this
Yeah.
is its own CRM, you don't need to upload it to a CRM, correct?
No, you don't, but we do. I mean, we do,
Once
we
you
we
convert.
upload them to Top Producer, and that's easy. It'll export in
Yeah.
an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can.
But I
do
mean,
it.
all this emailing and follow-up and.
That's
sold
all is all done from here.
and- Love it.
So the other cool thing is, people that want us to do CMA, they've given us their address, or sometimes they just give us their addresses, right? We can go into Jill, make sure it's them, and then send a send-out card.
Booyah.
Send-out cards is something I've really been focusing on too. I love that.
She-
Do you
An
ask
asshole.
them when they're signing in and do you want to be hooked up for a free home finder system to beat other buyers?
No, but see, we
You don't do
can,
that?
you know, it's time we relooked at our questions and maybe, did them, it's very easy, so they have inactive, you can move your questions over, you can change them. So you can have inactive, you can create a new question. So that's why we were able to do it because we work with a bank and we've done some home buyer seminars. So instead of having people fill in, well, we do have them fill in a ballot, but we also had them sign in on the iPad. And,
Or maybe it's a follow-up, like
Yeah.
during one of your follow-ups, maybe
Yeah.
ask that question, how to beat other buyers.
Absolutely.
That might be good to have.
And it probably is a good one. Well, I think we did have on there, would you like to receive hot new listings
Yeah,
before
it's
they hit
right there.
Yeah, you do
MLS,
have
but we
it? Oh,
don't,
okay.
so if you wanted to add that one, all you do is just like that. It's so easy,
Okay.
like you
Yeah,
can
leave that there for now.
change your mind and, you know, we
How are you
put,
gonna-
what is your home address at the end, because only about 20% of people will fill in that.
Yeah.
Right, because they're probably working with agents,
And,
right?
you know, truthfully, if you have more than like 5 questions.
Yeah, there's
they-
probably too many,
They
but,
start, start getting itchy.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
good
we
idea.
have a lot of the parents, if they have their kid, they'll hand it to their kid fill out all of it.
The other thing too.
And then and I see them asking them questions, do you want a home evaluation?
And the other thing too, they can pretend that they signed it and finished it and hand it back to you. But then I always go back and check if they actually did.
Well, you would
I
have to, it doesn't go to the end, so it stops, if they are done, they
Yeah.
have to stop. It won't go on.
For some reason, they were able to exit that page and go back to the home screen and hand it back to me. Happened 3 times.
Oh, okay, yeah, and there's,
Happened 3 times
Was that the
between
free
4 open
version or the
houses.
pro
I
version?
think it would be the same either way.
yeah, I think it would be the same. I mean,
So
we're
anyway,
usually
just,
standing.
you want to verify that they actually signed it, just go back and, how do you do it to go back to verify? I go back into leads and then.
Oh, yeah, that's how you do it. So, yeah, when so when they, sign in and you go back, what I also like is it starts to, because your homeowner's gonna say, how many people have you had? And when we do our count, we count people, not,
Parties.
groups. We don't count parties, because it's just, you know, it could be a sister with them that's interested or tell someone
Oh,
else.
so you can't number of people,
We do, yeah.
so you make everybody sign it?
No,
Oh,
but we know that a group has 4, or we know that a group has
Got it.
2, or roughly. I mean, when we had the 120, we might have been off.
and the only way to add a visitor note is to exit to go back
Yeah,
to get.
unfortunately
That's
it
so
is.
stupid, is
It
not?
is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I just have a question about that. If you had, let's say, a group of 4, but one person's gonna be the sign-in person for the group of 4, then it just stops that way. You don't hand it to the next person too.
No, I'll say, do you want to sign in? But yeah, most
They
of them
say,
don't.
oh, we're together, then you just let it go, right?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Rick's got a question.
I know, I was gonna go next.
Does anybody else use a sign on
Anybody
the
else
door
read
that
that?
people have to sign in?
Yeah.
Yeah, our broker.
The open house, I don't take an iPad with me.
Yeah, I have a
Did you ever
sign
lose
on the
one?
door at every
What?
open house, and I've had a
Actually-
lot of agents come in and say, gee, that's interesting, can I copy it? And I say, yeah, please do, because if we all used it, we wouldn't have to fight. But I do say that they need photo ID.
We actually had some picture, we had
Oh,
a
wow.
sign that we saw at one of the trade shows, I think it was the Toronto, whatever that show is, that's 2 days. Yes, Realtor Quest, and it says, welcome to our open house. What are you doing, Till? He's got
What
this big
is-
smile.
Huh?
So I go, welcome to our open
Watch the
house.
screen.
And it says, please make yourself feel at home, sign in and whatever. And then we just put it, because it wasn't customized, but we just printed our logo on a label, put it on the bottom. And
We don't give them the open, we don't give them
No,
the
just
feature
look at the
sheet
screen though.
we don't give them the feature sheet
What?
until they sign in.
What's the screen is there?
Yeah.
If
you
your
can walk,
email's
but I have
coming,
a
what?
sign on the front
Oh,
door
okay.
that tells them, and if they
I am
don't want to
looking
sign
right
in,
here.
there
Rick,
go.
can you email a copy of that
Yes.
to Laura to put up on the,
Yeah.
oh, you can put it on the Facebook.
Do you actually give a copy of feature sheets?
Oh,
too?
Jesus.
Click here to see what?
We give them the feature sheet.
This is why he wanted me up here, so he could try and embarrass me. So, and the more you use it, it's so, like, it is so easy. The assistant uploads everything, and actually, because we are having this open house this weekend.
Do you have color feature sheets too?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because people are like, still looking for that. So we still do, this is what we hand out at our open houses. I can actually show you. 'Cause where- 'cause we just,
I gotta say, getting in front of the camera for every single listing, it's huge. Like my most liked video was that Lake Ridge video. That was the first time I got on camera for a listing. I'm getting in front of the camera for every listing now. Peter did it. Where's Peter?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
the other
deliberately.
Peter.
Yeah, you do too.
Yeah.
So we print
Yeah,
these, the homeowner likes to see them, we leave these even if agents are showing them. And we hand them out at the open house.
We have these note cards that we did up, so we can always address hand written note cards to people.
Do you guys have a printer at home that can print that?
No, we have a little great printer that will do them, they're printing them today, we'll pick them up today.
But it's just a hassle. You want to pick them up.
We live in a
Right around
really
the-
small town, it's easy, we drive past there every day.
I'm only a kilometer away, but it takes me 30 minutes to get there.
They will actually deliver them to us, but.
John, you have to, your office get a marketing department. We have a full marketing department, and they are prepared for us. We walk
Yeah.
up and pick them up and take them away.
Yeah.
8 pages, feature
Talk to us
sheets.
about that.
Yeah. It's been a huge.
Yeah,
huge
so
thing.
we get, our open houses are very successful for us. I mean, we have gotten some deals, it's been a while since we've done, probably our follow-up hasn't been consistent, because you would need more of a drip plan than this, like you would need to put them on
But they're getting an
something.
email after they leave, and
Yeah.
they're getting an email if there's a price adjustment, and they're getting an email if it's sold.
But if you
That's
want
probably
to,
3 times more than some.
but that's good for your listing, but if you want to market to them to try and get them,
With the correct tag messaging,
Yeah.
though, right?
yeah. I'm just saying, that you can give them
Yeah, you guys are
tips
in
for
Guelph,
buying
right?
a home,
Guelph?
you can, there's whole
Me?
You
bunch
This
guys
is
are
your
in
thank you
Guelph?
card?
In Guelph?
We handwrite
Cambridge.
them, yeah.
Cool.
We do
Can we
Cambridge
like maybe
Kitchener.
get a list of things for
Yes.
secondary offers? So like tips to prepare your home for sale. Here's some mortgage specialists.
Yeah.
We not only get the best rate, the best terms, just things
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
because we all have our drip campaigns, we have a few
Right.
things that we send
So
out.
we all have different
It's all
offers and
for only.
thoughts, right? Maybe just make a list.
So how many people are using Open Home Pro?
I have used it.
Yeah.
I have
How,
used it,
is
but I don't
anybody
use it
using
anymore.
something else that I haven't heard of?
It's probably the best one.
I think it is. I tried a couple of the others, I forget what they were called, but.
So on this, somebody raised, well, let's get a deal. Who would, to me, I don't do enough open houses to justify the 300 Canadian per year, because that's what it is. So who would be interested if we could get a deal? How many?
Well, sure, I'd take a deal.
Yeah, we need probably at least 10, so, all right, I could approach them and see what they would do.
Okay. At the back.
Do you have any more questions?
No.
If you can't find something in here, I'll screenshot them and send them to you specifically, but I think when you go in, like when you
But
even
just
go in.
just send the screenshots of the questions,
Okay, yes, I'll
and
do
then
that.
the email responses that go out.
Yes.
And then I guess I'll just watch YouTube videos on how to set them up on the back end settings, I guess.
When I found this, I thought this was, because I was trying to do a whole bunch of other things in open houses. This takes away, like you said, so much in your follow-up. If people leave addresses, our system on the Monday will Google for geo, make sure that they actually live there or that it's correct address. We'll still send a card if we're not sure. I did have one person say, where'd you get my address? I didn't leave anything, but and I don't, you got the wrong name or whatever, so somebody did make up a name. But I mean, for the most part, people are not offended by a handwritten card, although we may switch to send out cards.
I'm gonna send out.
We're trying that monthly thing.
I'm gonna send out a
yeah.
sold for later, because I did like.
Did you guys get it up there?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind a follow-up at one of the meetings talking about if people are using that monthly, the $100 send out cards, because we tried it for 1 month.
What's that?
The way
You
it is,
send out cards.
the new send out.
Oh.
You have to send out about